Preparing for your international flight. Want to guarantee you get the cheapest flight available every time? Click the link in the description right now. Each year, millions of Americans make the decision to travel out of the country. Many individuals travel for personal reasons, while others travel for business reasons. Whatever your reasons for flying, you will find that international flights are not like most domestic flights. For that reason, you will often find that you need to prepare for an international flight differently. The first step in preparing for your next international flight is to make sure that you have all of your travel arrangements in order. You should do this in advance, just in case any problems arise or you find that any mistake were made. Your travel plans should not only include your airline reservations, but your hotel accommodations and any other travel arrangements. Once you've made certain that all of your plans are in order, you can begin to start preparing for the rest of your trip. One of the first things that you will want to do is make sure that you have all of the documents needed to take an international flight. Depending on where you're traveling to, which airline you are flying on, and which international airport you are flying in and out of, you may need to have different proofs of identification. These proofs of identification may include, but should not be limited to, a driver's license, a government-issued identification card, a certificate of citizenship, a passport, or a visa. To determine which items are required and which are optional, you are urged to contact the international airport that you will be flying out of for further information. Once you have gathered all of the necessary documents, you will need to start packing for your trip. When packing your bags, it is important that you know which items are prohibited aboard an airplane, either altogether or in your carry-on luggage. In the United States, as well as a number of other foreign airports, you will find that liquids and sharp objects are restricted only to checked baggage. It is also important to note that all explosive and flammable objects are completely banned from airplanes, including your checked baggage. While it is important to familiarize yourself with the items that are banned aboard an airplane in the United States, it is also advised that you familiarize yourself with the bans enforced in the country that you will be flying to. This is extremely important because not all areas of the world are the same. Essentially, this may mean that although a certain item may be allowed in your carry-on luggage in the untied states, it may not be in another country. To prevent a problem from arising, namely with airport security, you are advised to examine the most commonly banned items throughout the entire world. In addition to packing your bags and making sure all of your travel plans are in order, you may want to take the time to familiarize yourself with the international airports in which you will be flying in and out of. You may want to print off or request a map of each airport, as well as familiarize yourself with all airport screening procedures. Although airport security is heightened all across the country, even in domestic airports, you will find that the security at international airport is more intense. The security measure taken at each airport will vary depending on the preference of the airport in question. Despite the fact that specific airports can add in their own precautionary measures, there are some rules that must be followed. These rules often involve the proper screening of all passengers and bags. Since this screening may take some time, you are advised to arrive at the airport as early as you possibly can. For international flights, it is advised that you arrive no later than 2 hours before your flight is set to take off. In the event that a problem should arise, 2 hours should give you enough time to, hopefully, get the problem straightened out. By keeping the above-mentioned points in mind, you should successfully be able to prepare for your next international vacation or business trip. When it comes to international travel, nothing is more important than the proper planning.